So, world, let's go ahead and talk about how the Libras relate with every sign. All right, so let's kick it off with how Libras get along with their fellow air signs, which should be good because they share the same element and energy. But let's start it off with how Libras get along with other Libras. Now, two Libras together will get along good, of course, but it probably won't be as close as you think, just because Libras are really interested in interacting and helping out others. They probably will both be more interested in helping out other people than each other, just because usually people that are more invested in themselves are who Libras like interacting with or like being close to. Okay, so two Libras together will be cool, but it probably won't be like best friends. All right. Okay, now let's talk about how the Libras relate with Aquariuses. A Libra and Aquarius together will relate very well because these both these signs are gonna be two bears that love to have a lot of friends and associate with a lot of people. But they also have a good sense of structure that you wouldn't expect, even though they just seem like they're all over the place. Both Libra and Aquariuses just low key love being organized or just having great structure in their lives. Okay, so this is where they really connect. Just being able to being able to relate with a lot of people, and also having a good sense of structure and how you relate with all these people, and how you organize your relationships and organize just your social life and the people that you deal with. All right, Libras and Aquarius get along great and have a similar energy when it comes to this. All right, now let's talk about how Libras relate with the last air sign, Geminis. A Libra and a Gemini together will relate very well, but it'll be more on a on a playful level, or more on a shallow level where they don't get very close with each other. Just because the Gemini is more of a playful person, or just more of a curious person, so they with the Libra they will be more friends to investigate things or find out things. This is how they will really get along, but it won't be very close like a Libra can get close with an Aquarius. Libra and a Gemini will definitely be more like on a playful friendship. Let's investigate, find out things, more kind of a relationship. But overall, the Libras get along best with an Aquarius and a Libra and another Libra and a Libra and a Gemini. It's probably the same. All right, so Aquarius first, then the rest of the air signs. All right, so that's how Libras get along with their fellow air signs. All right, now let's talk about how Libras relate with the water signs, which should be interesting because Libras and air signs usually aren't as emotional as water signs. So let's start it off with how Libras relate with Scorpios. A Libra and Scorpio together will be a decent relationship if the Scorpio is passionate about similar things that the Libra is passionate in. Libras could pretty much get along with a lot of different people. So in this case, it will depend if the Scorpio is interested in dealing with the Libra, because the Scorpios can be closed off people. So and Libra wouldn't bother because they're just good at relating. So if they have similar passions, then that will probably be a reason for Libra to relate with a Scorpio. All right, so now let's talk about the next water sign, the Pisces. A Libra and a Pisces together will make a very decent, actually good relationship, just because the Pisces are actually more like the social water sign. So they actually love relating with other people just as much as Libras do. So this is a good connection, and most importantly, they're both big on chasing love. Libras and Pisces are very big on love and just being very stylish and looking good. So this is where they relate very well, and this is probably one of Libra's best connections, actually. All right, so that is the Libra and the Pisces. Last water sign, we got the Cancers. A Libra and a Cancer together can relate well if the Cancer just loves to gossip. All right, this is where they will relate good if it's one of those Cancers that are big on gossiping, because if the Cancer is a private Cancer, then they probably won't have a reason to relate with the Libra. But if they love to communicate and talk about stuff, then Libra is definitely down for the gossip that the Cancer has. This is how they make a strong relationship. Other than that, it'll probably make a good business partner, so good have a good business relationship, that's how else they could get along very well. But overall, when it comes to the water signs, Libras get along best with Pisces, then the Cancers on like on a business, friendship level, and then lastly the Scorpios. Now let's talk about the Libras and fire signs, who they should relate a little better with, just because they both could be outgoing or usually extroverted people. But let's start off how the Libras get along with the Sagittarius. Libra and a Sag together can be a decent relationship, but Sagittarius can be a little too wild for the Libra at times. All right, unless the Sagittarius has a good reason to have structure in their lives or to be like organized people that's not too all over the place, that's the only way they will get along great with the Libra. If it's as if they have some type of structure in their lives. But if the Libra is a spiritual Libra, that's another reason for them to get along with the Sag. So it will take that, all right? It will take the Libra to be spiritual, and it will take the Sag to have a little structure in their lives for this to be a good connection, all right? So that's the only way a Libra and a Sag will relate well with each other. Next fire sign, Aries. Now, Libra and Aries can relate well with each other. Usually not the best relationship, just because the Aries would have to be a social Aries or more outgoing Aries to really get along with the Libra. Aries can be very chaotic, and remember, Libras love structure. So long term, this will be a relationship that probably wouldn't last, just because Aries can be selfish people and can be very closed off people, all right? And the Libras love to relate and they love to socialize. So unless the Aries giving them that energy, then they probably won't get along too well, all right? So that's the Libra and the Aries. And the last fire sign we got is the Leos. Now, Libra and the Leo together actually get along very well. The Leos are very big on getting love and attention, and the Libras also like love and attention, all right? They just bring more structure into it, while the Leos bring more creativity into it, right? So that's the main reason why they get along so great. Both of these signs actually care to be loved, all right? So that is why they get along so great, because they're just very similar in how they relate with other people. They tell the same lies. They like partners in crime. So Libras get along very well with the Leos. That's actually one of the best signs for Libras to get along with. But out of the fire signs, they get along best with the Leos, then the Sagittarius, and then the Aries last. All right, so that's the Libras and fire signs. And lastly, we got the earth signs. Now, Libras should relate a little better with the earth signs, just because both of these signs operate with a little more logic than other signs. So they should get along a little better. But let's talk about how the Libras get along with the Capricorns. A Libra and a Capricorn together will relate very well, just because both of these signs operate with a huge amount of structure, to the point that they just look like well put together, organized people, all right? So they often work better in business like relationships, or when they have to come together for something serious, all right? So this relationship works better in the career field more than like on a playful platonic field, all right? So that's really how the Libras get along with the Capricorns. Next earth sign we got is the Tauruses, who are ruled by the same planet as Libra. So this is why these two get along or relate very well with each other. They're both gonna be big on just having great style and taste, both gonna be big on just love and appreciation, and just wanting the same things or similar things out of life, all right? So Libras relate very well with the Tauruses. Even if it does not seem like it, they really have no reason not to relate with each other. Our last earth sign is the Virgo. Now, Libras and the Virgos together relate very well if the Virgo is observing and analyzing things that the Libra is interested in. If that's the case, it's going to lead to a lot of interactions and a lot of dialogue, because these two are going to love communicating about it, all right? But really, that's how they're going to relate well with each other, if it's on a more on a gossip level and more on like let's see how we could fix this level, all right? So that's really how the Libras relate with the Virgos. They do best with the Tauruses, then the Capricorns, and lastly Virgos, but really do good with them all. And that wraps it up. Peace.